Let me know that love is all around me. Oh, let me know that love is all around me. Oh, let me know that love is all around me. Oh, let me love in a holy, holy way. Oh, let me love in a holy, holy way. Oh, let me love in a holy, holy way. Oh, let me love in a holy, holy way. Good evening, everybody, and welcome to Soul Fulfilling. And I'm feeling good tonight. That's why I got on this purple lipstick. Hey, because it's making me feel good inside, making me feel good about myself. Okay, I got Catherine in the room. I don't know. Y'all better come on in so I don't feel like I'm here by myself. Yeah, you're coming in. We thought we had some connections problems, but I think we're live. So I'm gonna keep singing and showing up like I do. Okay, here they come. All right, it just took a minute for Dallas to get into the room. Hey, come on in, Anna Victoria. Whoa, let me live in a holy, holy way. Oh, let me live in a holy, holy way. Oh, let me learn from all the ways I fall. Oh, let me learn from all the ways I fall. Oh, let me know that love will heal us all. That's right, Kiana. Oh, that love will heal us all. Oh, let me walk each day a little wiser. Let me walk each day a little wiser. Oh, let me love in a holy, holy way. Oh, let me love in a holy, holy way. Oh, let me love in a holy, holy way. Oh, let me love in a holy, holy way. Hey, Lori, welcome to Soul Fulfilling, all the way from Ohio. Don't we love to be able to just to dial in together like this? Wherever we are, just to be able to come online and stream on in. Oh, let me love in a holy, holy way. Oh, let me love in a holy, holy way. Oh, let me love in a holy, holy way. Oh, let me love in a holy, holy way. Oh, let me love in a holy, holy way. Oh, let me love in a holy, holy way. Let me love in a holy, holy way. You know what? I think I need to go out of the room and connect to the Facebook people. I'm not so sure that everybody's. Is anybody from Facebook on? Hi, Kimmett. Kimmett is coming in. All right. These look like all the YouTube people. So I think I'm going to go out and do that. And I'm going to bring Sue into the room to hold space. Come on, Sue. You know what to do. This is Sue Lingle, everybody. Welcome, Sue.
Hello. Yeah, a little technical difficulty here. So it'll be just a minute. In the meantime, let's see what we have to listen to here. I'm going to put Safi up here to listen to for a little bit. So enjoy.
Up above and star below, star in my mind and dreams that and life. Star up above, star below, star in my mind, and dreams that grow. Only designer lights and feed me love and conceive me, strengthen and breathe me in darkness and light. Ooh, in darkness, ooh, and light. Oh, star, star up above, star.
Was great. That was great. Why did you stop, Sue? You had Safi singing, you had the groove going. You already at Sue's after party. So come on into the room. I don't know what happened to what's going on, but we know we're here, so we're thankful to be here and holding the high watch for those on the way. Okay. It wasn't connected, and I had to go and get a new password and all of that. But we have who we have here, and I'm thankful. Happy Wednesday, Margaret Tahar. I see Marion is in the room. Kim it forever, peace and love to the B Hood. So we got people coming in. Depending on where you are, if you have three ways to do it. Rickie Byers, you can come through YouTube, you can come through Facebook at the Rickie Byers. But if you are already looking at me, then you already in. So this doesn't make much sense to tell you this, except to make myself feel a little more comfortable, hoping that people are able to come tonight. But if they're not, this is the exclusive Mighty 14. And hey, St. Laura, all the way from Charlotte, North Carolina. Are you still down there? All right. And Miss Vespa. Okay, they're coming in. Maybe I don't know. Maybe they just don't. Maybe they're in the room and they don't want to say who they are. Sometimes it's like that we are kind of in a situation where we're in the room, but we're trying to hide. And we don't want people to know who we really are. That was never me. I was in the room and I wanted everybody to know who I was. I mean, not in a narcissistic kind of way, but I wanted to make friends. I just wanted to make friends. I wanted to know about you and how you're feeling and what do you do in your life that brings you joy. And then there's some people that just would rather not know about people. They'd rather just be in a bubble or be alone or be with their own thoughts. And some people don't always trust other people. It's like they've been so disappointed by people that they wonder if any real people are in the room. And I'm here to tell you, real people are here. So we welcome you right now to Soul Fulfilling, but all my real friends are in the room. And I'm thankful that we are here. I wanted to sing this song called, and as seasons change. Because the seasons are change, the season is changing and spring is coming. Spring is here. Sometimes it doesn't feel like spring. Sometimes it feels like the last of winter. But spring is here. Spring has sprung according to the calendar. And do you find that things are beginning to feel like fresh, like something new is breaking, like something new, like fresh inside? I know for me, I'm feeling fresh. I'm feeling fresh. I'm feeling like a page has turned. Y'all know what I'm talking about? Natural Best 67. Hey, Chef Lori, you got in. If no, okay, y'all dropping in now. Okay, my people coming. But it's like this feels like a page has turned, and I heard that the moon is in the seventh house and Jupiter has aligned with Mars, and that's a good thing. But I think if we've been doing the work anyway, the real work of loving ourselves and loving those around us and loving the world, that that things begin to open up. Things are always opening up, but we open up to it, like God is here, like the kingdom of heaven is at hand now. But you have to be with God. We have to find the way to let God be God, to let this excellence just be excellent, and to really open up to receive what is here for us. And so many times, we life is happening around us, what we think life is. And sometimes life feels like the bills. Life feels like uh, the bills. Life feels like the things that we have to tend to, the family, the relationships, the things that we have to work at, the things that we have to work on, the body that we have to work on, the state of mind that we got to cleanse and clear. Like that feels like that's the kingdom of heaven, you know. And it's all of those things, but it's like way more. Like that's just it's like who am I to say what the kingdom of heaven is? I'm Rickie. And I'm here to say it's at hand. And it's wonderful. So if we can just take a deep breath and kind of be with where we are right now. Right where we are. And then we can see that's all right now. Not what we want to change, not what we want to become, but who we are, where we are right now. And there's a deep place in here of allowing something greater to emerge, whatever that is, whatever it needs to be. It already knows you. It knows your heart. It made you. It created you. It's creating you now. But it gave you access to your own divinity. Which means that you get to say, yeah, to it. Or you get to do that. You get to find out how it goes. That's what we're here doing. Waking up to this wonderful, wonderful presence. That's what I think. You know, that's the way I put it together for myself. You know, and when those seasons change, y'all know what I'm talking about. When a time has moved on, and you've accepted it. How wonderful is that? When it's wonderful that you've accepted it. Oh, so good. And so I was thinking about spring. I was thinking about the changes in our lives and our abilities to accept, surrender, allow, let it be. We sing about it all the time. Let it be, where we are in that. It's like sometimes we're in that clickety clack that Keith Leon talks about, that clickety clack. We're in that liminal space where, you know, it hasn't quite formed yet, but it's springtime, but it is, but you still, the lava ain't dried yet. And you're in it. Hey, I know I'm looking good. Thank you, Kiana, for this really nice outfit. Kiana gave me this beautiful outfit. So this song was written about a time such as this. The name of this song is As Seasons Change. And something that we can do in that time, or we can be. You know, it's a beautiful song. Hold on a minute. Let me turn my phone on. Okay. I tried to write a song of truth, thought it would be simple, but many things, like folks in pain, were heavy on my mind. And all that I know of life and love, as below it is above, a universal good is guiding me. These things I know, but still I yearn to be one with all I've learned. And something in my heart says, try to give a smile, make a friend, pray a while, and learn to stand. Learn to love what's good in me and sing as seasons change. Give a smile, catch a buzz, walk a mile, and learn to trust. Bless the sun and bless the rain, and bless how seasons change. People grow and people go. The truth is very simple, yeah. Some will seek and some will hide, but surely all will find. That love will show you how to cry, and love will take you to the sky, and universal good will guide you through. All these things we know, but when we grieve the changing of the leaves, something in our hearts will try to give a smile, make a friend, walk a mile, and learn to stand. Learn see and sing as seasons change. Oh, give a smile, catch a buzz, walk a mile, and learn to trust. Bless the sun and bless the rain, and bless how seasons change. Oh, bless the sun and bless the rain, and bless how seasons change. Seasons change. Yeah. Bless the sun, bless the rain, and bless how seasons change. So, what y'all thought about that song? You know, Maria says, healthy morning. Sometimes life just feels overwhelming, but now it's the intersection point between earth and soul. That's right. That's right. It's like, I'm just thankful. I'm thankful for those times when we can say how I got over, I made it through, you know. And I don't know that I was in a point of grieving. I think I was just in a point of changing. You know, it's like a being of learning, being myself. And being ourselves is it's not a static situation. You know, it's not static. It's changing all the time. But there's something that's really unique and wonderful about us that is us. It's us. And it was with us when we were children. It's I. It's the I and I. The I inside of us. Y'all know what I'm talking about. I got deep people. Blessings from the DMV. She was able to get on. So I think these are all the Facebook folks. I mean the YouTubers. All the YouTubers are on Facebook. I don't know, Sue. I think they might be swimming in that liminal space. But if they know how to switch over, it'll be good. So let's see. Yes. I hope nothing happens when I do this. Oh, great. The print was really, really small. Chef Lori, how you doing? That is, it is a beautiful song. I love as seasons change. And the story around that, some of you know the story, but it was just one of those kinds of things where the nest is getting empty and your kids are moving on and they're growing up and they got their own lives, their own decisions, and they're making choices that you don't believe in, that you don't know quite if you agree with, but you know that it's time for them to make their own choices, their own decisions, and that they're aware enough to be able to make a good one. And so I just was kind of like, they're doing their thing. And one of them said, you'll take all of this and write a song about it, mommy. I did. But it was a time. And here's a shout out and a blessing for parents whose children are moving and grandkids, and folks who've been uh, mentors and or Jesneys or whatever name you call it, godmothers and whoever, for these young people who are making their own decisions in the world right now, to let them be. to give them space to discover the world, to discover who they are, and even older people too. It ain't just about young people; it's about seniors, like and elders, and and to be with them as they are shifting into this new position, this new position that puts them sometimes not on the front line. Sometimes they're in the back of the room watching what's going on, supporting it, funding it, championing it. Yeah. And a lot of young people do that. So it ain't even about age anymore. It's about awareness, about consciousness. It's about how awake are we? You know. Yeah. So hey JB, I see you found your way. Charles Holt, you need to sing that song. I love all your songs. I love you, Charles Holt. Hey, y'all come. They're finding their way into the room. They're finding their way in. Doesn't it feel good in here? It feels yummy. And this is a time of change. I know a lot of people in this thread are looking at what life is going to be like. Whether they're going to be here or going to be there. I was talking to a very good dear friend of mine, who's on the East Coast right now. And he was like, I was like, you need to come back here and be with Rickie. Let's get busy. And he was like, I was just thinking about that, and I was like, hey, let's just rest in God and rest in God. But don't be afraid to say what delights your heart. That's resting in God. All of it's God. Just write it down. It's like, I got this book that somebody on the thread, Lona Elias, sent me this planner. And I was like, There's a big old book. A big old book, Lona. But what I like about this book is like it's got a section that's called monthly goals. No, let me see that. Monthly goals. I want you to see what mine are. And there's got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 monthly goals. You say what it is that you'd like to achieve this month as in your heightened states of awareness. Because of course, number one is like I want to be awake. I want to walk this land with love and compassion and joy. That's great. And you can just do that. And that, if you can do that through all the other things, but you got to tie your shoes, you got to take a shower, you got to wash your face, you got to get a little sustenance for your body. So, how do you compassionately walk through all these things? And sometimes so in my case, I identified the things that I wanted to do. And then it's got another section that says, how will I achieve them? It's like, God knows. But then, that's me. God knows how to do it. But I've learned how to write it down because I'm a little closer to achieving it when I write it down. And it's got the things that I want to do. And I tell you, I've made really good progress, but I haven't booked those tickets yet to the East Coast. I need to do that. But are you writing down your plans? Are you making not necessarily a to-do list, but a reveal list? And then within the reveal list, there'll be things that you will have to do. But a lot of this are things that we have to be. The things that we have to be. In order for me to accept that I could have a great newsletter, I had to accept that who I am is all right. It's all right to it's all right to give my story. It's all right to write it. I have authors in the thread. There's a brilliant author in the thread, Maria. Click. Well, she's gonna come on later in the after party, and she'll tell us, "Hey, I'm gonna bring her on right now." But let's bring Maria on right now, so that you can tell me how to say your name, Maria.
Klyovkov.
I'm glad I brought you. I was gonna kill that name, Cleopatra. Maria has a beautiful book, and Maria, very very much like Lily Doolin and Emily Thoreau Threat, has written a has is working with helping us to move from grieving to mourning, from grief to mourning, and she's it's a beautiful. I love the way you write, and I love your book. Your book is brilliant. I'm going to have Lily Doolin on too. I got to remember to bring Lily on. Lily's like, "What's with me? You don't have me on, Rickie." I'm bringing on Lily because Lily is a sweetheart, and all of you beautiful women who've written these books are. But I wanted you to be on so you could tell me how to spell your name, Kleafkoff. Is that right?
Kliavkov, that's right.
Tell us a little bit about your book, Healthy Morning, since you already are in the thread.
Sure. So it's called Happy Morning Healthy, Happy Morning Happy Loving. Healthy Morning is, so here's the thing. We have a misunderstanding of grief and mourning, I think.
Mm-hmm.
We don't really understand what grief is. We think grief is an emotion, which it isn't. It's a whole constellation of emotions, right?
Yes.
So we get so overwhelmed by it, not understanding that the pathway of grief is speaking to us all the time,
Mm.
whether it is sadness or it is fear
Mm-hmm.
or it is anger, whatever's going on. And it's not just emotionally, it can be a sore back or an aching knee, right? We have symptoms on so many different levels. But grief stays inside. Grief is the internal reaction to loss. Mourning is the external expression. It's the healing part of the grief journey.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
So it's about understanding that we are meant to convert our grief to mourning so that we heal. Because grief is a journey. Grief is never meant to be stuck.
I did a concert once, and a friend accompanied me on the trip. And after my concert, he asked me. He said, "Are you done grieving uh, your change of marriage? The the passing of your marriage." And I was like, "Yeah." And he says, "Are you sure?" And I think because of what I was doing in concert. But what I was doing in concert was letting the world in.
Mhm.
I was letting the world in, and a lot of people don't do that. They go like, "Hey, that's my business, and that's my business." And, but I don't, I never, I felt like who I was married to, the world, our journey, our path was such a public statement that to not say anything about it just leaves people scratching their head wondering what happened. And that when I could sing a song and say and tell a story and go like, this is where I am.
Yeah.
And I thank you for your prayers, for helping me along through this and walking with me, with your loving prayers and with your caring. And I think that was my way of mourning.
Yeah.
That was my way of saying in my, like today, the day I had to, well, the day was yesterday, but it carried on to the day. So this is not going to be a high. I feel like I feel like I've turned a page, Maria,
Yeah.
but the thing is, it's like, that wasn't the place I was in
Yeah.
4 years ago.
Yeah.
And pandemic time too,
Yes.
right before the pandemic, actually. And it was like, wow. And sometimes people act like not, they're acting like they're acting,
Yes. Yes.
and
Yes.
they're acting and for and that grief is inside.
Yeah.
And sometimes it's eating us up.
Well, yeah, because if we don't convert our grief to mourning, then what we have is buried and carried grief. And we live in a society of buried and carried grief.
Say that again.
Buried
Uh-huh.
and carried grief. So we bury it and then we carry it in our being,
Mm-hmm,
right? It kind of lives in our bellies.
mm-hmm, mm-hmm.
And grief, my teacher and mentor, Dr. Alan Wolfelt, said, grief awaits welcome. It doesn't await time, which means time doesn't heal the wound of grief because grief is not a wound.
Mm-hmm.
Grief is an internal response to loss. And it's going to wait until you're ready to get it out of your body and express it out. And that's what mourning's looking to do. So when you're singing your songs, when you're telling your stories,
Mm-hmm.
that is converting it to mourning and getting it up and out of your body so that your body is free to experience joy.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah, baby, we're on the joy train now.
Yes.
The moon is, if the moon is in the 7th house and Jupiter has a lot. This is the dawning of the age of Aquarius, and Aquarius is here. So I don't see Victoria on here. She would go like, well, actually, we have some heavy folks in the chat. She's I thank you, JB, but she says she loved the dress. But this time in my heart And I want us all to celebrate when we've made it through,
Yeah.
when we made it through. And I believe that I didn't have a teacher or a therapist as such to guide me through. I had friends. I had my family.
Yeah.
It's like, no, I had loved ones holding me.
Yeah.
And that was the community is the cure for me.
Yes.
Especially a community that's available,
Yeah.
and that is not, and I know enough to not take on a lie that somebody's telling me. Mostly it was like, let's listen and let's sing.
Yeah.
So here's a shout out to those who listen and sang, who listen and sang. Let's see. And before I go into another song, I'm going to go into a song right now. Hi, John Caesar. Glad you can make it on in. And those of you who are searching, hey, I hope you find your way home. The name of this song is Celebrate. I want everybody to think of something, a way that you've made it through, something that you can celebrate right now. Like that song, As Seasons Change, it's like, learn to love the good we see. This world, let me tell you about this world. The world, the matters of the world, some of the matters of the world, especially as they relate to money, as they relate to government, as they relate to um, a maleness out of control, and a femaleness that is learning how to stand, a masculine, an over masculine, and a divine feminine coming into her power. So we can all be in, so it can be in balance. So as we look at what's happening in the world, the world is, you know, the world is interesting. The world is interesting, and there's a lot that I don't. My response when I hear that the person who created Cash and and all the Square and all this stuff, that this guy was killed, that he's not here anymore. Young man created all that stuff, cryptocurrency, all, gone. All it's like that's he was a big guy. He was powerful, and when a new something is coming in, you know what they do. I don't know what they do. I just know God bless his soul, because he was God's child, just like we all are. So I just pray for him. But I'm here to tell you, in my day, surrounded by so many beautiful and wonderful, loving people who are here to do powerful things in the village as best they can, bringing their gifts forth, like Maria, like John Caesar, like Charles Holt, Kiana, all y'all, Maxine. Hey, Maxine. It's like, I'm thankful. And I can sing these songs of joy because that's the presence of God. And I'm going to sing this song. God's going to get this glory. Ah. Did y'all get the newsletter? There is a light inside of your sister, and I don't know if you know there's a light that is so bright. I just thought I'd tell you there is a light inside of your brother, and I don't know if you know there's a light that is so bright. I just thought I'd tell you there is a love inside of your heart, and I don't know if you know there's a love that is so strong. I just thought I'd tell you there is a strength inside of your soul, and I don't know You know there's a strength inside of your soul. I just thought I'd tell you there is a power inside of us all. And I don't know if you know there's a power inside of us all. And it's time to celebrate. 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 Oh, celebrate. Celebrate. Hey, Roy. Celebrate. Oh, celebrate. Oh, celebrate. Hey, celebrate. There is a light inside of us all. And I don't know if you know there's a light that is so bright. I just thought I'd tell you there is a love inside of us all. And I don't know if we know there's a love that is so strong. And it's time to celebrate. Woo. It's time to celebrate. God is good, man. God is so good. So if y'all got the newsletter, first of all, before I go to the newsletter, here's a shout out to Maria and those in the thread or those who will visit later when you get on, who would fall into the room, who were at the concert in Seattle. That was a good concert, wasn't it, Maria?
That was amazing.
Woo-hoo!
That was amazing. You rocked the house.
That's what I came to do, you know.
Yeah.
That's what I came to do. And I'm thankful for the love, for the invitation by Reverend Patrick, who's like, well, since you up in Seattle anyway, what about if you did a concert? I was like, well, what a great idea. And I did the concert, and then I went on to do the Sister Spirit retreat. And it was wonderful. It was just wonderful. So all of those things that I would show up like that were in my March book. I put in my March assignments that I wanted to do an outstanding retreat, an outstanding concert with my friends up in Seattle. I wanted to make friends. I wanted to celebrate my life. And I hope wherever y'all showing up that you're doing the same thing. You know, I know the people in this thread are doing it. I can, you're doing it. And if you are wondering about the name of Maria's book, I just want Maria to say the name of her book again.
Yeah.
Maybe we could put it in the thread so that we can see it, so folks can go and get your book.
Yeah, it's Healthy Mourning, Happy Loving, 52 Ways to Convert Your Grief to Mourning with Ease and Grace. And ease and grace is the key to it. I actually did put the name of the book in the thread, right. So it is there. Yeah, and you can get it on Amazon. It's really easy to do. But, when you were talking about journaling, there was something I wanted to tell you. So I'm doing a daily journal as well, and I haven't done kind of a regimented journal in a while. But it asks the same question every day. And the question it asks is, what would make today great? And at the beginning of the year, I was writing, if I got this done, that would make this day great. Now I'm writing things like laughing, loving, really feeling connected. It's changed the way I think about what makes a day great. It's not a to-do list anymore. Yeah. I'm trying to find something for you guys. Okay, I'm gonna let you go, Maria. I'll see you in the after party. Sounds good. We're gonna save you. We're going to save her for later because she is so much fun and a beautiful being. Here it is. Okay, so if you did not get the newsletter, then you missed the Old Cosmic Birther, the rendering of the Lord's Prayer by Neil Douglas Klotz. And I understood from Alana Leah, who hit me up right away, and he is her teacher, beautiful being. I think their website is called Abwoon, ABWOON, Abwoon. I believe it might be a .org. Next week I'll have that for you if I can remember. But anyway, he did a beautiful rendering of
of the Our Father, translated from Aramaic, and he caught a lot of flack because uh, the Bible folks said, well, you know, what happened to it? I don't even know what happened. Let me see. Wait a minute. I had it right here for you, folks. let me come out of this and see if I can find it again. Oh, cosmic birther. It's not showing. Okay. For some reason, let's see. It's not showing. Oh, maybe this one. Okay, here it is. I want to read it just in case you didn't get it. But I was very inspired by it because it's so lovely. And it says, O cosmic birther of all radiance and vibration, soften the ground of our being and carve out within us a space where your presence can abide. Fill us with your creativity so that we may be empowered to bear the fruits of your mission. Let each of our actions bear fruit in accordance to our desire. Endow us with the wisdom to produce and share what each being needs to grow and flourish. Untie the tangled threads of destiny that binds us as we release others from the entanglement of past mistakes. Do not let us be seduced by that which will divert us from our true purpose, but illuminate the opportunities of the present moment. For you are the ground and the truth and the fruitful vision, the birth, the power, and fulfillment as all is gathered and made whole once again. And so it is. O cosmic birther of all radiance and vibration, soften the ground of our being and carve out within us a space where your presence can abide. I mean, they got me with that one. That line right there, it was a done deal. I was like, oh yeah. That's like, use me, oh God. I stand for you, and here I'll abide as you show me all that I must do. And he went on to say on his website that that God, that God was not out there in the Aramaic, in the colloquial understanding of the presence of the divine. That Jesus was teaching, Yeshua was teaching that God wasn't out there. God was all around. God wasn't in the sky. God was within. The kingdom of heaven is at hand. It was right where we are. It was here. Like Reverend Joanne talked about the grace and Niagara Falls, and it's like the mist that you're gonna get wet. You can't deserve it. You can't earn it, and you can't work hard enough for it. It's just God loves us so much that God just loves us. God loves us so much that God made us totally wonderful. I mean, look at us. Look at everybody on this thread. Look at all y'all. Look at how beautiful God made you. Made me. I mean, and the tone of God is, for me, is joy. Is joy, is giving, sharing, and just rocking it. Can I share something with y'all? That also on that Instagram, and I don't spend a lot of time on Instagram, believe me. But this song that Kanye West funded, I guess, and they have this choir and they're all dressed in white. Y'all seen that? And they're singing about the story. They're singing this song about God is holy. And I was so inspired by that. But I didn't know that song came from a song previously put out called Ballin'. So it was a remix of this song called Ballin', right? And Ballin' is by, I forget his name, uh, somebody rich and somebody else. I forget. I'll have that information next week. No, I won't. But anyway, this song was a rewrite on that song. I really want to tell you the whole story. But I was listening to the song. The song sounded like something I could have wrote. So it sounded like something I wrote. I was like, these people been listening to my music. And then I was looking at it. I was like, I went to sleep because the song is all in me. I love the song. So the song, and I have my little granddaughter. We were trying to get the words, you know. What is it? You know, all the words, you know, all the stuff. So we're doing all the things, right? We're getting down with it. And but when I woke up this morning, I was like, no, they didn't bite me. They bit Tim McAfee Lewis. So I called Tim, right? I called Tim and I told him, I said, I'm thinking like somebody been listening to me. I said, they ain't been listening to me. They've been listening to you. And he laughed so hard. Now, Tim McAfee Lewis was the choir director that was my assistant, but a very powerful director in his own right. And he told me that the choir director that's up there was somebody that used to be in his office practicing when he was at the limousine service, because there was a piano in the limousine service, because Tim has a family with a limousine service back in the day. And uh Lewis, was it Tim McAfee? Yeah, Lewis limousine service. So he used to drive also, and Tim still drive. He loves to drive. So he's driving big wheeling trucks. But anyway, I digress. So Tim, when he told me that, we laughed so hard because the song reminded me of anybody out there know you can, something that Tim used to stack voices, and the way he used to do what he was doing, he used to do it. And we were just, so after that, I just worked on the song because I love the song so much. Then I came down and Georgia was cooking breakfast. I was like, I love this song. And she's looking at me like, I gotta write a letter. You know, to say thank you because my mom is coming up. You brought my mom so much joy with that song. Kiana, you know the song I'm talking about? I know you do. Let me see if I can find it. I want to sing a little bit for y'all. Y'all want to hear a little bit of this song? This song says it's a Christian song, and it's beautiful though. Say, and now we're coming up on the season of Easter. You know, if you're going to talk about Yeshua and the celebration of a great being who walks the planet now inside of each of us, just because of that loving that he exuded, that example of what it means to love. And through all these translations and all this different cosmic birth of whatever it is, like Georgia said, if Jesus said it, it was good. If Jesus said it, it was good. So I'm celebrating Yeshua. I'm celebrating the fact that he walks in me. Mm. We put on the whole on. We put on the whole armor of the King. No. We put on we put on the whole armor of. Wait a minute. We put on the whole armor of the. You know. We put on the we put on the whole armor of the King, so that we can stand. I got to work on it. Let the redeemer of the Lord tell the story. By his grace we are walking testimonies. But thine is the kingdom and the glory. And we praise you, Lord, forever because you're holy. I mean, it's all over the Instagram. And these kids are singing, they're dressed in white, these adults, but they got that choir spirit. And it's just so beautiful. That joy, that love, that presence, that I don't care what you call it. It's God. It's God's love. And so we're celebrating Jesus. You know, those of you who've been doing your Ramadan and your Lent and your fasting and all the things that you're doing to feel the power and the presence of God, whatever way you're doing it, God bless you. Today, I'm celebrating that the stone has already been rolled away in my life. That I'm right here in God, and then you are with me. That we're standing together in this power and this presence that God is. That God is. God is good. God is good. Let the redeemed of the Lord tell the story. By his grace we are walking testimonies. For thine is the kingdom and the glory. And we praise you, Lord, God, forever because you're holy. We praise you, Lord, forever because you're holy. They took a song that was so lewd and that was so interesting and going in a backwards kind of way, and rewrote that song, gave it a whole new face that made my heart happy, that transforms the journey of that song. You know, we put on the whole armor of the king. It's so bad. We put on the whole armor of the king, you know, to stand and fight against the enemy. You know, it's like though these weapons and stuff that they the form, they won't succeed. We already declare the victory. I mean, that's some powerful talk right there. You know, let the redeemed. It's just like it's just I love this song. So anyway, back to my songs. I went down the rabbit hole, Reese. You better get ready. We're gonna learn this song. There's a word minimum. There's a lot of words in that song. So I know my people gonna be and gonna go. They're gonna go la 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 la. So yeah. So if you go to Kanye West Choir, you'll get it. It's called Lord. What's it like? Lord, you're holy. Something like that. Anyway, what I know is God is good, and I'm walking in the love of God every day, and it's got my heart light. And I feel good about it. I feel good. And when I say I feel good, I'm rising in God. All you got to say is, yes, you are. I'm rising in God. Say, hey, now you say it. I'm rising in God. Yes, you are. Yes. Stick around for the after party. Okay. We're going to rest in God a little bit. Blessed always, blessed always. I got 2 mics. For the arms of God surround us. Let our joy be so triumphant that we rest in God and say amen. Let your joy be so triumphant that you rest in God and say amen. And now it's time to breathe.
Come on in my room. Oh, come on in my room. Oh, Spirit is my doctor. It writes out all of my scripture, and it gives me all of my medicine in my room. In my room. Oh, Lord, just come on in my room. Oh, come on in my room. Oh, Spirit is my doctor. And he writes out all of my scripture. And it gives me all of my medicine in my room. Oh, yes, there's joy in my room. Oh, there's joy in my room. Oh, Spirit is my doctor. And she writes out all of my scripture.
Sing it, Mama.
gives me all of my medicines in my room. In my room. Oh, yes, there is.
Hey, Mama can next week we're gonna let Mama do the whole song. Mama's kicking. So welcome to the after party. Maria, come on in, Sue. Man, y'all need to be joining the after party. Max, why aren't you in the after party? Man, y'all need to join in the after party. Let me see. I don't know. Max, I don't know. And Kimmit Forever, you want to be in the after party next week? We're giving if you want to be in the after party, you got to hit me up at rickiebyers@gmail.com. It's like, I want to be in the after party. This is my first time hearing Mama Byers outside of a few moments at Hot and Cool. Oh, Mama Byers could kick. Oh, yeah. Oh, no, she got 2 albums. My mama was Bad Mama Jamma. Hey, Sue, how you doing?
I'm doing well.
Mm-hmm.
This was right on point for me this week, our little conversation here. Maria, I never ever thought about grief and mourning being 2 different things.
Mhm.
And you sure answered a whole lot of questions rolling around in my mind for years now. So
Yeah.
thank you. Thank
Yeah.
you. And Rickie, you were talking about change and accepting change, which I myself fight sometimes, as we I hate to say I'm growing older, but I don't know, the birthday kind of says that. But once you get past that point and you're accepting, to me, it's like a little kid that was learning how to walk again,
Mm,
a baby that was learning how to walk. And you see the growth, and then you start to see the beauty.
mhm.
So it's like you girls were like, you blew my mind tonight. It was awesome. Thank you.
Mhm.
We blew Sue's mind. Sue done been you blew Sue's mind. She's done a lot of things.
No.
But that whole thing of what I loved about her book was her really getting clear about the difference between grieving and mourning. And this, but not just her book, not just your book. I'm talking about the times that we're living in
Yeah.
now, where there's so much that's going on that we have to that we're that we I mean, the world is right here. It's so easy to know some of what's going on. It's so easy not to know most of what's going on. And then there's this big reality that all of that is sitting in. So that we have lots of ways to find our way through is the point of your book. And
Yeah.
it's also the point of this soul fulfilling
Yeah.
podcast. That's why we started. We started it during the pandemic. It wasn't like I needed one more thing to do, at all. We did this so that we could stay connected, so that there would be a way that people wouldn't feel alone and isolated, and it was our way of it was our community therapy,
Yeah. Yeah.
you know.
Because we do. I know I felt completely isolated. I was up in Radium Hot Springs, British Columbia, in my home, and when that happened, and everybody, it just felt like the world stopped. And I don't know if you remember, but there were all of these news broadcasts, certainly on Canadian broadcast television, that were talking about the fear and all the fear that's cropping up, and how people are responding to it. And what I was saying before about buried and carried grief, and that we are in a society of buried and carried grief, because grief awaits welcome, when we all slowed down to that point, it was our collective grief that was bubbling up.
Mhm.
And at the time, I remember thinking, we're finally going to do it. We're finally going to use this opportunity to move through it. And there's a group of people who did, and there's a larger group of people, I think, that just got doubled down on burying it.
Mhm.
And
I
I
think
think
you're
right
right about
now
that.
is the weight that we're feeling. That's
Well,
what I'm experiencing.
when in the concert, when I talked about my buddy that I saw, and she said, "We lived, we
Yes, yes,
lived."
yeah,
I saw somebody. I'm not going to say this person's name, but but she was just so happy. She's a singer, and she saw me, and she was like, "We lived." When she was really relieved that we didn't die. And for me, it felt peculiar because I didn't feel like I had a super advantage because I lived. I feel we always live.
Yeah.
I feel like in another dimension, maybe I died,
Yeah.
but in this one, I'm coming back. That's the way I feel about this multi-dimensional universe. It's like there's so many things that are going on. It's just like, whoo. I mean, this is totally about realizing God for me this lifetime. It's like, why? And what else would it be for except to really remember how to love
Yeah.
and then to love, beginning with ourselves, who we are. But your book, what I love about it is the way you lined up the things that you can do. And they were so good. I was like, oh, this is cool. This is great. And the to get on with a loving life,
Yes.
a life full of love,
Yes.
even as we're learning to let go,
Yeah.
learning to, how was that language? Hospice the old as we midwife the new.
Yeah. Yeah. My way of talking about grief has changed over the years, but the way I talk about it now is we need to think about grief as a journey from love to love with love.
Mm-hmm,
And what I mean by that is, we're journeying from a time when the person who died, we knew them in the physical way and we loved them in a very physical way. I got physical phone calls from my mother. I got hugs, And now death ended her life, but it did not end the relationship. So now it's the grief journey is about finding where the relationship is now. So I'm journeying to love in a way that I can't even imagine. I can't imagine what that relationship is. And quite often we do spiritual bypass. And by we, I mean me, quite often I do spiritual bypass around, well, I know the relationship is there, but I'm not there yet. Right. And we do it with love when we learn how to do it with ease and grace. And when we learn how to be present to whatever's showing up in this moment, because this moment is the moment.
This is the moment.
This is the moment. And it's always, this is the moment.
So it's the whole enchilada.
Exactly. So if in this moment I'm fearful, then that's the entry point. That's that fear feeling, right? If in this moment I'm sad, that's the entry point. And I remember a moment when I was driving home and I was wrecked and tears were coming down and I had to pull over. And I was wrecked because I was an executive director at a hospice. I was on my way home from a really hard day. And hospice hard days are hard days, right? And all I could think was, my mother will not be on the other end of that phone. I can't go home and pick up the phone and call her. And I pulled over and the tears were just wrecked. But what I was doing is I was being present to the moment of that pain and that sadness. And in the moment of the pain and the sadness was when I heard her in her very strong Hungarian accent say, "So talk to me, I'm right here. I'm right here." And it was the first time I heard where the relationship was now. Right? So to me, that's the grief journey.
That's interesting because not everybody even has that kind of association to it, because that's never really happened for me, not that way. I've heard it happen for a lot of people, but it didn't happen for me that way. But I tell you what did happen. I tell you what happened. It's like my mother sent a message through somebody that said, "Tell Rickie." Because my mom lived with me in her last day. She said, "Tell Rickie to get my red hat out of the closet." I don't know how she knew the red hat was still there. All of her clothes were there. But tell Rickie to get my red hat out of the closet. And a guy is giving me this message, a man, and he was like, "I was on a trip, but Mama Byers came into my trip, and this is what she told me to tell you." He was drinking some mushroom tea. And he said, and she said, "Get my red hat and sit in my chair I'm thinking her chair, that was my chair. Sit in my chair and light a candle and be with me. And be with me. And I was like, okay. So I did. And that chair just happened to be in my office. Wasn't her chair. It was my chair. She sat in it a lot, though. She did. It was her chair. So, and I sat in the chair, meditated. Just, I was with her. I won't call it what I did. I was just present with the candle. I didn't feel her presence. I didn't have that. I just had the instructions of what to do. Stop and just be with me. And I was there. And I tell you, Maria, I woke up the next morning and it was like, I looked at the sun because I face the sun in the morning. I woke and it was like, I honor those who came before us, those who prayed and cared for me, those who dwell in liberation, who permit me now to speak. Call upon our great ancestors. Show me how to love and fill my heart with words of inspiration and embrace me as I heal. I honor those who walked and worked and built and bled and died for me, to stand and sing in celebration and to stand till all are free. Great and mighty Holy Spirit, present now, and you have shown that present you will be forever. Live through me, sing through my songs. Thank you, Mama. And she revealed, or they revealed, that love revealed 2 more songs. And I just gave thanks that, because I never had in my life those visitations like people have. Like, I just felt her presence. I don't have a whole lot of that way, but I have their wisdom dialed into me. And I think of my Uncle George. I love my Uncle George, and I wanted to play his voice, and I said, I'm not gonna play it. I'm in a voice memo, so I'm not gonna play it. I'm just gonna be with the wanting to feel him.
Yeah.
And yeah,
I wanted to add in, and you just said a key thing, Rickie, and Maria as well, the feel. So many times we don't allow us to feel what we're feeling. And sometimes when you're feeling it and people look at you and they're like, well, who are you? I don't know that person. Like, you're the rock. Like, why are you acting like this? Like, time heals, move on. So the community, Rickie, like you said, the community, to be safe and talk about your feelings. And you may not even know what your feelings are, but once it opens up and somebody's there to listen, I think that's so powerful.
Oh, Sue, you're so right. I'm all about creating compassionate grief communities. That's what I do, right? And those are the talks that I give. And every time I give a talk, people sit there going, so what does that look like? What does a compassionate grief community look like? And my answer is always, what do you want it to look like? And what do you want to create?
I want a compassionate joy community.
Thank you. Yes, thank you.
But you know what? I can dig, and I love your work because you're doing what you came to do, your way. And we are blessed by your work and your willingness to show up in the ways that you are. And because you're touching me, you're touching me. And A lot of us have lost our love. There are a lot of people have made the transitions over. And one day it'll be us. And that's the journey, man. What an adventure. I mean, it's just like this life is rich. I mean,
Yes.
not too many of us remember when we were born. Some people on this thread might. You know, we got the Jedi's in here. Oh
Yes.
my God. I'm looking like my when I got my I mean that's a vain moment. I'm just letting it be. I was thinking about my driver's license. I got my driver's license back. I go, who's that woman on the driver's license? Her. Mm, 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 mm.
It's interesting. Well, I have a little surprise for you, Ricky.
Oh, 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 oh.
When you and Greta were on,
Mm-hmm.
um, Greta had at the last moment asked me to do something and it wasn't possible. So I'm going to share it right now. Here are some lovely photos she sent me.
Hmm.
Oh.
Oh, me and Greta.
So I don't know what point this was in your relationship.
This was probably 2010. No, this wasn't 2010. This must have been around 20. This is 2008 because I was going to get me some LASIK surgery soon.
I was going to say, because I see you with glasses and I've never seen that.
Yeah, I was given a LASIK surgery gift.
Oh,
Oh, wait a minute. Yeah, that's a nice shot.
yeah.
Mhm.
That was like around 2015. Yeah, at Soul Sisters. No, that was at the Sunday after the Soul Sisters reach. I look cute. I might go back to that short curly cut. But anyway, uh, I was supposed to do it today, and I was like, I think not yet.
But see, there's community again. And I mean,
Yes, that is community.
when you and Greta spoke, the I don't even know if this is a word, the deepness, the depth of your friendship
Hmm.
and all that you have trailed through together and
Yes,
separate, but you've been there.
yes.
You got to feel it.
Yeah, you know what? That was an amazing interview, and I've never felt so close to Greta as I felt on that interview.
Mm,
It was really great to be able
yeah.
to talk and not have to be working while we're talking.
Mm.
Because we worked a lot, and
Right, right.
that's the other part too, that these days of not doing the jobs that I used to do or the positions, that I used to have in a spiritual community like I was a part of, have allowed me to more space to just to play and do things that uh, and talk to my friends without having to talk about this project that we're going to do, but
Right.
just talk to my friend and how you doing and how you feel. I love the Be Hood gatherings. I love what we do after it's done. Sue,
It is juicy. It's always juicy because well, everybody heads to the kitchen for Chef Lori's wonderful food. Um,
she's on the
but
thread.
I, I know, Chef Lori, we love you. We love you. And but the
That's what I mean. It's like
conversation is real. I
it's
mean,
good. I mean, it's. I just love being able to talk with
mhm,
people and share ideas, and then after a while, you go like, "Hey, I'll see you next time." It's
mhm,
been fresh
mhm.
and real. Thank you for being with us and coming by and being part of the
Right,
devotional. Speaking of the devotional, this coming Sunday, the devotional will be happening at the Baldwin Hills Crenshaw Mall at Afro City Marketplace, the same place we were before. About through were we there? March 12th. Well,
right.
we will be celebrating Easter Sunday. Y'all better come.
And that's going to be at 11:30.
Yes.
You can come in at 11,
Yeah.
and then we will
Yeah, you
start
can come. Yeah,
service
the
at
doors are
11.
going to open. We got extra chairs, but I
Right.
got a feeling a lot of people are going to be there. Well, maybe
Mm,
not a lot. It won't be like the forum, but there will be. You might want to come a little early, get your little chairs and everything. And if you see the flyer and it says something about RSVP for a table, I think that was for vendors. that wasn't really for us. We we won't be sitting at tables. We'll be sitting in our chairs, having a great time, rocking it, and celebrating, celebrating the resurrection of life.
Yeah,
That
it was.
everything comes alive, and it's like we're thankful. We're thankful for the Passover, for the love of God that is our life right now, and thankful that we can get on with it. That we can grieve and then mourn, and then we can heal. We can actually heal, and then we can rise. Phew. What a journey.
Mm.
Yeah, what a journey.
And there's plenty of room to dance there too. You can get up and move, and
Yeah,
it's
yeah,
good. Like you
yeah.
feel it through your whole
Oh,
body.
I wish I could be there with you all in LA. Oh my
Well,
goodness.
you can live stream, and the kids are going to be dancing and having a great time.
Mhm.
The band, we're going to have 2 guitar players. Detroit's going to be in the house. Rickie Rouse, everybody. Ming is back. We're going to have a great time. So if you're in the Los Angeles area, come and join us. Otherwise, watch us on YouTube or go. But hey, this might be a good time for you to venture out on a Sunday morning and hear some good music and a good message. Whatever you do, just remember God is good right where you are. We got to wrap up Sue's after party because Sue will
Yeah.
party all night long.
Well, hey,
Yeah, Sue, I was wondering when you're going to bring me my kombucha, baby. But she's where she is.
okay. Well, okay. I can
Man,
do
do you
this.
know they have these big, gigantic jars of kombucha? The gingerade? I've never seen anything like it. I was like,
Oh
wow.
no.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
Okay.
It's amazing.
Good stuff. Well, Maria, I enjoyed your conversation. I need to order that book real quick.
Yeah, thank you so
Yeah,
much.
yeah.
And Rickie, I just wanted to say to you, watching you and Reverend Greta, it was like being blessed by elder speak, authentic elder speak, right? And I just wanted to say that to you because that is what I walked away with that night, and it was brilliant.
Elder speak. I love that. I love that because that is really that's where it comes alive. So all you whippersnappers, all y'all, just keep on moving, baby. Keep on moving, don't stop. No. I love everybody here on the thread. Thanks for joining us tonight. We're going to wrap it up. John Caesar, Lona Elias, you deep too, Lona Elias. Just love you all. Thank you for joining us this evening. Thank you, Sue. Thank you, Maria. Thank you, God. Ashe.
Let our joy be so triumphant that we rest in God and say amen. Rest in God.